Nights can feel endless, especially when the world around you is asleep. It's in those late hours when everything is quiet that the strangest things tend to happen. The dead of night has always carried a chilling reputation. Stories of figures in the dark, knocks on windows, and shadows that shouldn't exist. Tonight, you'll hear 3 true stories from people who lived through terrifying encounters when the rest of the world was fast asleep. So turn off the lights, get comfortable, and listen closely. These are 3 scary true dead of night stories that really happened. It was just after midnight when I got home from a late shift. The neighborhood was quiet. Almost too quiet. I lived on the 2nd floor of an old apartment building. My window looked out over the parking lot, which was dimly lit by a single flickering streetlight. Paragraph 5. As I tossed my bag on the couch, I heard a faint tapping sound. At first I thought it was just the pipes, but it didn't stop. It was a slow, deliberate tap tap tap. Froze. It was coming from the window. Paragraph 6. I walked over, half expecting to see nothing. But when I pulled back the curtain, my blood ran cold. There was a man standing in the shadows below, looking straight up at me. He wasn't moving, just staring. His face was pale, his eyes wide open, and even from that distance I could see his grin. I backed away quickly, heart pounding, but the tapping continued. Only this time it was louder. I glanced back. The man was gone. Or so I thought. Paragraph 8. When I turned toward the far side of the room, I saw movement. A pale hand, sliding up my window glass from the outside. I live on the 2nd floor. There's no balcony, no ledge, just 2 stories of empty air. The police arrived 10 minutes later and found nothing. But sometimes when I'm alone at night, I swear I can still hear that same tapping sound, like he's waiting to climb back up. This happened when I was driving home from my friend's place, around 2:30 in the morning. It was one of those long, empty country roads where there are no lights for miles, just darkness pressing against your headlights. Halfway down the stretch, I saw a figure walking on a shoulder. At first, I thought it was just someone who'd broken down. But as I got closer, my stomach tightened. It wasn't just a person. It was a woman, barefoot, wearing a thin white dress, even though it was freezing out. Her head was tilted down, hair covering her face. I slowed down, debating whether to stop, when she suddenly turned her head sharply, snapping it toward me. Her face was pale, with eyes that seemed far too wide. She started walking toward my car, then sprinting. I panicked, slammed the gas, and sped past her. My heart was pounding as I glanced in the mirror. But that's when I realized something was terribly wrong. She wasn't on the road anymore. She was running in the field beside me, keeping pace with my car. Her white dress flashing in the headlights as she darted between trees, her face never leaving mine in the mirror. I pushed the car to its limit until I reached a gas station and pulled in. When I looked back, the road was empty. But in the reflection of the gas station's glass door, for just a second, I thought I saw her standing behind me, hair falling over her face. I was alone in my parents' house one weekend. They live out in the woods, so the nights are completely silent, except for the occasional owl or distant coyote. At exactly 3 a.m., I woke up to the sound of knocking. It wasn't on the door downstairs. It was on my bedroom window. I froze in bed, my eyes darting to the curtains. The knocking came again, slow, heavy 3 times. I tried to convince myself it was a tree branch, but I knew there weren't any close enough to reach the glass. Finally, I got the courage to peek. I pulled the curtain back just an inch, and there was a face, not pressed against the glass, not looking in, just hovering inches away. A man's face, pale and grinning, eyes unblinking. I stumbled back, my heart racing. The knocking started again, harder this time, shaking the window. I ran for my phone to call the police, but before I could dial, the sound stopped. When the police arrived, they searched the property. No footprints in the dirt outside. No signs anyone had been there. But that's the part that haunts me the most. Because when I checked the window in the daylight, I noticed something I hadn't seen the night before. 3 greasy handprints on the glass, pressed from the inside. Which story scared you the most? Comment below and subscribe for more true horror stories.